Hey y'all, it's Elizabeth here, Bridget's well. I just wanted to do a quick video. It's actually going to be a book review, but it is April the 7th today. I'm not sure if I'll actually get the video uploaded today. Probably not. Typically try to upload them overnight just because the bandwidth they take up is so high for our connection living out here in the Forêt, that it messes up everything. So usually I'll do it while we're sleeping. So typically it can take me a day or two to get my videos actually uploaded. Hopefully when we get moved excuse me. Hopefully when we get moved, we will have a little bit better internet speed. But anyway, a week from today I will be in Ireland at this time. I think it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon right now. Which is they're 6 hours ahead of us, so 9 o'clock we'll be there. We'll probably be exhausted and sleeping. But yeah, I can't even believe that it's less than a week and I'll be there. This is something that I've been wanting to do for like 20 years, and it's finally happening. I'm hoping that is the start of multiple travels, because really I haven't done a lot of traveling up to this point in my life. And so I'm hoping that this trip overseas will kick off the travel bug a little more, because there's so many other places in the world that I want to see in this lifetime. But anyway, excuse me. I was going to do this video outside, but I will be totally honest. I didn't feel like dragging a chair and the tripod out there. It's really kind of nice out today. It's like 60 degrees and sunny. And the cats are in here with me today too, so they might knock into the tripod. Like right now. Can you please stop? Yeah, talking to you. Anyway, dang it. Cat. Oh, the weather has been crazy. 2 days ago it was 80 degrees and it was hot because we don't have central air in this house anymore. Doesn't work. So we put in air window units every year, but we're not there yet. We try to hold off until, as long as possible. So it was hot. Well, and then Mother Nature brought in a cold front last night. It was 40 degrees in the house. So this morning and recently, just the past couple weeks, our heating has been acting funky. Like almost like it's trying to short out. Like I had turned it off, but it was acting like it still wanted, it was clicking, making clicking noises. So we cut the breakers to the heat because we were like, well, we don't want it to short out and start a fire. So we had no heat either. Yay! So tonight it's supposed to get down into the 30s again, which is going to be really interesting tomorrow. But then I think after that it kind of evens out a little bit more. But you just gotta love spring in the South. One day you're sweltering and the next day you're freezing your ass off. Yay! So, but anyway, doesn't matter. In a week I'll be in Ireland. And I can't believe it's already here. I only have 3 days of work next week, which is nice. So, but anyway, the whole reason I was planning on doing this video was to review a couple of books. I am definitely a book collector. Don't read as many as I have, which I probably need to start doing. I get too caught up. I get distracted really easily with like social media. So I had taken Facebook off my phone because I would sit there and just scroll through it and waste time. So I could read more, but I still don't read as much as I would like to. As a matter of fact, there's times when I think that just deleting Facebook completely would be the best thing in the world for me. But I still keep up with a lot of people that way. And so I'm kind of a on the fence Facebooker. I love it and I hate it. I don't know if I love it. I like it and I hate it. It's kind of a 50, 60, 40, 75, 25 for me. I've thought about deleting it completely before and just haven't been able to take the plunge. Anyway, that's not why I'm here. I'm rambling. Books. So there's 2 herbal books that I wanted to review. Um, my background is not in herbalism, but I do dabble a bit. I have made tinctures. I have made kind of have made some teas. I would actually really like to get into growing herbs and possibly down the road, if it were to head in that direction, maybe even selling them. My father is actually a horticulturalist, has been with over, God, 50 years of experience. So the plant, and my mother it loves plants, and my grandmother's loved plants. So it kind of runs in my veins, but I didn't really start liking plants more until I got older. When I was younger, I was more into agricultural things such as horses, livestock, animals. But as I'm aging, I'm finding being drawn to plants more often than I used to. So I've been reading more about herbalism lately and feeling more drawn to it. I have a tendency to make what my husband will call my love potion number 9s, which are just little like concoctions and tinctures and things like elderberry syrup with anise, for the immune system in the winter, for any kind of cold or flu bug. Currently have some garlic honey sitting in the refrigerator that I haven't quite gotten used to yet because I suffer with some digestive issues, and sometimes it causes me some problems as far as indigestion goes. So I don't use that one as often as I do maybe the elderberry. Um, I really like herbal teas. And when I say herbal teas, I'm not talking about the ones you buy at Kroger. And I mean, I like those too, but I'm talking about true herbal preparations, that look like bulk herbs. So, yeah, it's just something I've started as I've gotten older. It's been more prominent in my life, and I really like the idea of getting back to the earth and connecting with the herbs and getting medicines from the earth. And that doesn't mean that I'm anti-Western medicine at all. I think it can be really, really helpful. If I break my leg, I want a doctor. I'm not going to wrap it up and put some herbs on it. I've had my gallbladder out, which was life-changing and great. It helped a lot. I would not have wanted to continue with that issue. So for me, I think a balance of Western medicine and I don't want to say alternative, but more natural medicine paths is good for me personally. Okay, sorry about that. I had a text message I had to answer that was important. So, I totally forgot where I was. I was talking about, medicine, modern medicine and herbal medicine. I like to mix the two. And of course, if you ever do, make sure that you know what you're doing, or talk to your doctor, because, some medicines and herbs don't mix. So, but I'm not going to talk about any of that or suggest anything because I'm not a doctor. So, let's get into the book review. Okay, so the book review. The first book that I wanted to review is Secret Medicines from Your Garden by Evert Hopman. She is a druid and a professional herbalist. Hold on one second. Let me look at the back of this thing. Founding member of the Order of the White Oak, an archdruidess of the Druid clan of Danu probably, and a member of the Grey Council of Mages and Sages. So she, I've listened to her interviews a few times on podcasts, or I think maybe on YouTube a little bit, but mostly podcasts, I believe. She's really very interesting. She's an American druid, has been studying herbalism and druidry for quite some time. I actually got this book for Christmas this year and didn't get a chance to didn't even take the time to look at it until recently. But I'm very impressed. So the premise of the book is plants for healing, spirituality, and magic. And she goes through a lot of really interesting stuff about the plants. She talks about the different times of year, what plants are good for the different times of year. Um, she talks a little bit about how she discovered her own calling as an herbalist. I'm going to look at this real quick because it's been a minute since I actually looked at this book. Yeah, herbs of spring, herbs of summer, herbs of winter and fall. Um, plant spirit magic, herbal astrology, and she talks about energetics of the different herbs, and it goes through formulas for tinctures and poultices. Let's see what else. And also, she talks about using trees for medicine. She talks a lot about, different energetics of trees. There are a few color templates within the book of different types of trees and herbs. I was really impressed with this book. It was more than I was expecting, because I guess I was kind of thinking it was more of a, and there's nothing wrong with the Cunningham herb book. It's great. I was thinking it was kind of more like this, but this really goes into more depth of making making things with herbs, using them internally as well as magically. So I would highly recommend this book. It goes, even in the back, there's a tables of the different properties. So for instance, cinnamon gives the scientific name, and then thermal and moisture properties, which would be hot, and application for bleeding ulcers, which it helps digestion. But that was a stomach cleanser. It's got sinus cleansers and tonics and builders and lungs and let's see here, herbs for babies, general types of formulas, kitchen medicine. So it's a really, here's some medicinal honey syrups, like the I guess kind of like the golden honey, the garlic honey that I use. So yeah, I mean, I would highly recommend this book if you're interested in herbs or herbalism at all. I found it to be more than I thought it would be, which is always a good thing. So definitely recommend it. She also wrote A Druid's Herbal for the Sacred Year. I think I actually have that book somewhere, but we've packed away a lot of our books already because we're hoping to move within the next couple months. Hoping to be out of here and somewhere else. Don't know where, but we just need to move. So I've thought about doing book reviews on multiple herb books, but most of them are already packed. So I've only got 2 today. So this is the first one I'd recommend, Secret Medicines from Your Garden. So this is definitely like a pagan-y herb book. The second one, excuse me. The second one I have is not necessarily pagan at all, but it is an herb book, and it's very new. It just came out. I just got it this week. I pre-ordered it, and it came with some really cool, like, pre-order stuff. A couple videos, I think, and some like label templates you can make. So, and I've actually followed this company for a little bit, but this is one of their directors. This is Alchemy of Herbs by Rosalee de la Forêt, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her last name right, but she is the education director at Learning Herbs, which that's an online site where you can take classes and learn all sorts of things about herbs. I think that they sell herbal kits and things like that too. So this book is gorgeous. This one is a little bit, it's got some herbal preparations in it, but it also has food. So it's not a pagan specific book, but you could definitely use it for some witching in the kitchen. The foreword is by Rosemary Gladstar, who, if you know anything about herbalism, she's one of the pioneers of modern herbal movement. She's also the one who created fire cider. If you know anything about fire cider, there's a big controversy with trademarking the name of that product going on. I would highly recommend you look it up. There's petitions and everything. It's a kind of a big deal in the herbal community for the past few years, but I'm not going to go on about that. So, Alchemy of Herbs transform everyday ingredients into foods and remedies that heal. So, as you can see, this book is a pretty good size, and it goes into the properties of herbs and how you match herbs to you and not an ailment. So, she talks a little bit about matching herbs to your constitution and not just to whatever it is that someone else says you should use them for. I'm so sorry. The weather has really messed with my sinuses, and I had bronchitis last weekend. I'm actually finally feeling better. It's the first time in, God, probably since the beginning of this year that I've really felt better. But anyway, so let me look in here. She talks about different pungent, sour, bitter, the different tastes of herbs, the energetics, such as, hold on one second, I'm sorry, hot and cold or dry and damp of different types of herbs. And then she goes into specific herbs like cinnamon. It's got nice, huge pictures. And she talks about, you know, cinnamon tooth powder, and here's fennel. You know, and it talks about digestive issues, how you can use the different herbs. For instance, we'll just open one and see who wants to be talked about. Hawthorn. Let's see here. You know, you can prepare it tea tincture in the food, use it for cholesterol and heart health, make a nourishing hawthorn infusion. And then also, you know, like hawthorn vinegar. There are some food recipes in here. I believe there's like a dandelion pesto that's supposed to be delicious. I haven't tried it yet, of course. Only had the book for 2 or 3 days. Coffee. She talks about coffee, chamomile. So it just kind of goes through a few different herbs. Nettle leaf, which is one of my favorites. Okay, so my camera's almost full. It keeps cutting out on me, so I want to finish this up really quickly. Anyway, yes, I would also recommend this book. Highly. If you're into herbs, herbalism, witching in the kitchen, this is a great book. It's a great starter book for herbalism. Probably a great book for people who've been doing it for a while. If for nothing else, just for the information and the gorgeous pictures. So, Alchemy of Herbs, Rosalee de la Forêt. Highly recommend. Grab this. Secret Medicines from Your Garden, Evert Hopman. Also highly recommend. So, don't know if I'll get any more videos up before we leave for our trip. It's highly unlikely because we have quite a bit to do between now and then. So, hopefully you all will have a wonderful week, and I will see you when I get back. I doubt that I will be uploading any video while we're there because not really sure what our Wi-Fi situation is going to be, and also don't want to take up too much room on the camera, etc., etc., etc. So, anyway, until then, I hope you all have a wonderful time in life. So I wish you many, many blessings.